It's the OCG Fam Show. Today we're talking about dealing with mag-hungry plants in a Nectar for the Gods grow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show, you my YouTube buddies. What's going on? How you doing? You hanging in there? I'm hanging in there. I'm doing okay. A little scary out there, but I'm still hanging in. Let's just get into the show. That's what we do. So, last couple days we've been talking about the Roman regimen. Should you use the Roman regimen? Should you not use the Roman regimen? For those that are just tuning in, the Roman regimen is basically using, well, let me grab this other thing here. Just 1 second, I'm coming right back. So, it used to be that we had this sheet that had like 3 different, regimens on there. They weren't called regimens at the time, but they were like good, better, best is kind of what it felt like. But we felt like when I started working with Scott and he started talking to me about it, that they weren't good, better, or best. They were just different ways of thinking about it. And so instead of having one sheet, we figured out, I helped him with it, it was mostly him, making 3 sheets. And there was the Spartan regimen, which is just the most simple you can do while still having a complete regimen. The Greek is probably the most efficient. It's what most people use, or very close to what most people use. And the Roman regimen wasn't exactly a regimen so much as just a guideline for every single product in the line, every single nutrient, because some people would use, just the Spartan or just the Greek, but they'd use a few of these other ones. But some people, some of you out there are searchers, chasers, speed racers. Trying to make things happen, you want to push hard, and so you use all of it. And, while that seems quixotic to some, to others, it's what they do, and it works very well for them. So, I'm kind of going on and on about this. I'm not sure why. I just felt like I should. But when you're doing this sort of thing, when you're pushing the edge with that, you can have more easily get deficiencies or toxicities because you're pushing everything so hard that it's easy for one thing to get out of balance when everything's going so fast. It's like when you're driving on the gravel road, and you really got to focus because you can get. I'm gonna stop. So when you're doing this, you have those deficiencies, and toxicities can crop up more so. And when that happens, but not just with that, but in general, when people talk about deficiencies with the Nectar line, a lot of times they're talking about magnesium. And it's not exactly a problem, but it's just something that crops up that people find there isn't exactly a solid answer for. And we've talked about this a lot, that using Epsom salts or Mag-Amp from Cutting Edge Solutions. Spoiler alert, those are the 2 things you might want to try outside the line if you really, 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 really have to push mag. And for the most part, you don't. And in the past, you really didn't have to either. But it seems like as time has gone on a little bit, we found that there's a little bit of a need for that. And Scott and I talked about that a fair bit. I hope you're still with me, and when me talking, you're going to get to this because it's some good stuff. Scott and I just had a conversation about magnesium in general, Epsom salts in particular. So watch this video. I think you'll find it interesting, and I'll talk to you right after. Oh, Michael Scott. No, that's Michelle Scott. Michelle. Could be Michelle, it could be Michelle.
Michael Scott customer.
Yeah. Hello there. I was wondering if I could use Epsom salts at the same time as other Nectar for the Gods nutrients.
You just add it into the solution?
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but...
Well, there's a lot of people, I think, that feel like they've got... they want that magnesium in there.
There's plants that are definitely, and I've seen, there's some genetics that clearly are way more mag hungry than we were ready to, that's why we kind of we promote Cutting Edge and their Mag-Amp, is because there are some genetics that just need it, and if you need to put the Epsom salt in, you don't need a lot of magnesium, and the Epsom salt will release quite a bit, so I like top dressing with it, because then every time you water, you're releasing it in, creating that constant buffer. Okay, what do you think of that? Was that helpful? Have you had problems with the magnesium in the past where you had to push harder, had to do take some extra steps like that? Has that come up more recently for those of you who have been growing for a while than it used to in the past? Let's talk about it in the comments. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.